Hi, I'm David Bellman, and welcome to another episode of SmartDiamonds.tv. Today I'm going to talk to you about custom design rings. Here at Bellman's, we've been custom designing rings for a long time, and it's one of the things that separates us from the other jewelers. Because what most of them do is they buy their jewelry from a vendor or a manufacturer, and then just resell the ring and make a markup and move it along. But what we like to do is we like to be involved in the manufacturing process. And I'm going to explain to you today a little bit about how that's done and some of the new technology that we're using to make it even better. So let me give you a little example of what we used to do back a few years ago. The way a ring would be made is you would make up a drawing and you'd sketch it out how you want the design made. And then a designer would then make an original ring in silver. And that's what this represents here. This is a ring that was actually carved out of silver and made by hand by a jeweler. And we use this particular ring to then make copies of our future rings that will be casted in gold. But technology has changed, and for the better. Now we're using computer-aided design, CAD design, in order to make these rings even better and more precise. And it gets done a lot quicker. What we're doing now is we're drawing the rings out on a computer, and then instead of making a silver like this to produce the wax models that we need to make the castings, we're actually able to print out the ring from the design in what is known as a 3D printer. And so here we have a ring, and I'll give you a close-up of this in a minute, of a ring that we designed using CAD drawings. And then a machine actually printed this from nothing. And a 3D printer takes about 8 hours, and the finished ring comes out just exactly as you drew it. So what I'm going to do for you now, and just so you can see what it looks like after, and then this is the final polished casting that comes out of that wax after it's been casted. What I'm going to show you now is a series of pictures that we have taken of some of the custom rings that we've made just over the last few months. We're doing a lot of this type of work. It's very cost effective. Doesn't cost that much more than going out and buying a ring that's already done. And this gives you the flexibility of making the ring exactly the way that you want it, as opposed to the way that it's coming out of a vendor's showcase or display. So what we've done is we sit down with the customer, and I'm going to just run you through some of these photos now. We sit down with the customer and we ask them to bring in pictures of what it is that they like. And they'll bring in 2 or 3 pictures of a ring. Say, well, I kind of like this part, this little scroll design, but then I like the way the diamonds are coming down the side here. And then I want 2 diamonds on each side of the center stone instead of 3. And we sit down and we do a rough sketch of what it is, of all the attributes that they would like to see come from that particular ring. And then I communicate that information over to my designer. And then he takes that and draws it out in some of these CAD drawings that you're seeing now on his computer. It takes him anywhere from 4 to 5 hours to draw out one design, depending on the complexity. And then he sends me the pictures back, and he'll send me 3 or 4 different views. I'll forward those views directly to the customer. I'll email them right over. And it's almost within 3 or 4 days after we've sat down and just talked about what it is that you want. Now you're seeing 3D drawings of exactly what we discussed. And then we can go back and make little tweaks here and there for certain changes. Say, well, instead of 2 diamonds now I want to go with 3, or I want to move this here or that there. We can make those changes very easily without spending a lot of time on labor by finishing a ring, saying you don't like it, having to send it back and rehand making it all over again. Very simple just to change the computer design. Then, once we're done, we can take that drawing and print a wax model of that ring, from which we will then cast it in either gold, platinum, yellow gold, white gold. It really doesn't matter. We can do any metal that you'd like, even silver. We've done some silver pieces as well, and they come out great. Then we'll set the diamonds into the ring, polish, finish it, and you have a custom designed ring that in probably from start to finish about 2 weeks for the average ring. Which, if you think about it, there are some stores that you walk into and you order an already made ring, and it takes 3 or 4 weeks for them to even produce it. And we're talking about handmade, one-of-a-kind rings that we're doing in approximately 2 weeks. So it is really exciting, it's cost effective, and it's fun because you get to make the ring that you want, the way you want it to be, and then you can tell your friends and everyone that you had a hand in designing it, and that it's your unique ring that no one else will ever have. So that's what I like about designing jewelry. It's creative, it's fun, it's good for both of us. I enjoy the process, the customers enjoy it, and it's a great way to make a family heirloom that you know is going to go down in the history of your family and be unique at the same time. So if you have more questions about custom designing rings, feel free to give us a call here at the store. I'd be happy to sit down with you and bring in pictures of items that you've seen or designs of rings out of magazines or off the internet that you like, and we'll sit down and we'll design a custom-made ring just for you. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.